Welcome to the Wealth Matters podcast, where investors come together to better understand how to build passive cash flow and create generational wealth without all the confusing mumbo-jumbo. Here's your host and co-author of Amazon #1 bestseller, Alpesh Parmar.
Welcome to the Monday section of Wealth Matters podcast. Hope you guys had a great weekend and doing great today. As you can tell, I've been, of course, focusing on crypto and real estate, but my goal is alternative investments, any kind of investments which have nothing to do with Wall Street, basically stocks, etc. So today in my alternative investment series, I want to bring up something which is pretty cool, and you and I know all of us need it. Is that, and for that, I want to talk about a big guy or a hedge fund manager who is now just investing personally. His name is Michael Burry, and he rose to fame during 2008-2009 recession. He ended up making about 100 million for himself and 700 some million for his investors. He wrote a book called The Big Short. Great book, and if you don't want to read the book, watch the movie The Big Short as well. Pretty well narrated movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it. So what he is investing in right now, believe it or not, he's focused on investing in water. Water is one of the commodity or one which we really need, all of us need all throughout the day, as well as maybe, of course, I'm vegan, but if you eat meat, also you need water because that's how the cows or chickens are raised. Right? Same way, of course, I'm vegan, so I need it for agriculture purpose. So how Michael Burry is now focused on it, it's pretty much he understands that water is going to be big, and he started focusing on farmland. He explained that food is the way to invest in water. That is, grow food in water-rich areas and transport it for sale in water-poor areas. So farmland in high precipitation areas is effectively a bet on water's future value. Of course, for retail investors, you may be able to invest in water stocks as well. But this is one way, and this is why, believe it or not, Bill Gates, who used to be the richest man in the world, of course, I think is still in top 5-ish, or maybe at least top 10. He's buying tons of agricultural land. He's right now the largest landowner in US, and it's not just that he decided he wants to invest in it because he knows the food, agriculture, water, they will be in great demand in near future, right? So, but pretty much I want to talk about how to invest in water. So, you can of course invest it through, agriculture, farming, or you can also buy water rights. What is water rights? Water rights are among the more interesting investments. Since you can just buy bodies of water, investors purchase the right to land that contains a water source. Ownership of water is associated with the land, not the investor. So when the landowner sells a property, they relinquish any water rights they once had. You can invest like 3 main types of water rights. Groundwater, that's the groundwater rights are the right to utilize underground sources, including aquifers, water tables, even swamps. Littoral rights are the rights to utilize static bodies of water adjacent to their property. This includes ocean, lakes, and seas, right? And then third is riparian rights. Riparian rights focus on flowing water. It includes rivers, streams, and lakes that weave through a bunch of different property. And we also have learned that, of course, in some parts of the country, at least in the US, you have a drought, and then some parts of the country are getting flooding, right? So that is right. So you can focus on those parts of the country where they are getting a lot more water to invest in water. I tried to find some sites which would focus on water rights, and it's very hard unless you figure it out yourself that this land has water rights or this land is right next to a stream of water, and you should be able to buy it now and sell it later at much higher price. But I found couple of investments like through fund. Again, I have not done thorough due diligence, and if you do, please let me know. One is called argylegroup.com.au, ARGYLE group.com. It's based out of Australia. That's why it's .com.au. And basically, their water fund invests in the ownership and ongoing management of a diverse portfolio of water entitlements across several river systems and aquifers. Argyle's team has long understood that fresh water is the lifeblood and most limiting factor for the expansion of Australia's agricultural sector. So they are pretty much focused on it in operating their water fund and mandates. They lease water entitlements to irrigators across multi-year periods and sell annual water allocations in forward and spot markets to a diversified range of farming enterprises. So you can pretty much visit their website and check it out if it's worth. So that's one way. There is also something called water equity. That's for debt investors. Water equity lends money to an institution in developing markets like India, Indonesia, etc. The institution gives a micro loan to a client to build a sustainable water resource, such as sanitation center. The client then pays back the loan with interest, which flows back to water equity, and the company has a 99% global repayment rate as per their website. So definitely check it out, waterequity.org, and see if it makes sense. Again, I was trying to explore how we can invest in water because that's if Bill Gates, if Michael Burry, if they are investing and focusing on water rights, then definitely something's brewing, and it may be a good idea for us to look into it as well, right? So, and of course, not all of us can buy large farmland, so look into water rights, maybe even water stocks. I was looking at water stocks. There is this company called Dan Hare Corp. The ticker symbol is DHR. Again, I don't recommend buying stocks, but if you don't want to buy an illiquid investment like water rights or maybe a piece of land, you can look into some of the ticker symbols. There is Invesco Water Resources ETF. Ticker symbol is PHO. Invesco Global Water ETF, PIO. Invesco Global Water Index ETF, CGW. First Trust Water ETF, FIW. Calvert Global Water Fund, CFWAX. All of theirs are related to water, and believe it or not, either they have beat S&P 500 in last 5 or 10 years, or they are pretty much similar. They have returned similar to S&P 500. So that tells me that, of course, a lot of people are looking at water rights or investing in water related businesses. So that's a pretty good thing. I think water is very important. Someone also told me that you can buy a large tract of rural land in Texas with underground water. So surface water law is much more complex, and at the end of the day, your potential water rights ownership is only the stream or river directly touching your parcel. This is pretty cool. Sit and wait then. Wait for the demand for water to increase. That is about as sure a thing as death and taxes, right? And just wait and watch, and then negotiate a water rights sale. The most common buyer is going to be local municipalities or water districts within 50 miles. And then you can talk to them, sell the water rights, but keep the land, right? So maybe you can do hunting, ranching, whatever. But like in Texas, there is also mineral rights. So this is similar to that, and sometimes you may get lucky. So that is another way for you to get started with water rights, or just investing in water. Of course, buy agriculture if you can, buy water-rich farmland. That's why I have invested in coffee farm in Panama and orange tree farm in Paraguay. chocolate tree farm, a cacao tree farm in Belize, because I believe that this particular products or commodities are here to stay. Plus, there will be demand for the water, sources they are close to, right? I also found some more ticker symbols. That is Calgon Carbon, CCC, a manufacturer of products that remove contaminants and odors from liquid and gases, both for industrial, municipal, and consumer markets. Mueller Water Products, MWA, one of the largest manufacturers and distributors of fire hydrants, pipe fittings, and valves in North America. Xylem, XYL, a manufacturer of pumps, valves, and analytic equipment used to move, test, and treat water in more than 150 countries. So don't wait. Start looking into water related investments or water rights, and let me know what you guys think of this video. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to the Wealth Matters podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes so others can enjoy the show too. Have a great week and happy investing!